Hello again and welcome to another Warhammer 40k Morning Glory video. Today's episode is a spicy meatball. Woohoo! Let me tell you, this could rock the meta to its very foundations. How we understand the game will be fundamentally changed on an atomic level. Alright, I might be exaggerating slightly, but it was recently brought to my attention in a live stream that it turns out that Ratlings are a pretty janky unit. Yep, you did hear me correctly. I said Ratlings. The short, hairy people with sniper rifles. Yes. I know what you're thinking. Mordian, you finally lost it. And maybe I have. But it just so turns out that Ratlings are very sneaky. And they hold the key to finally making precision mean something in this game. I know, for addition after addition, sniper rifles have done diddly squat. They have done nothing. And now we have the answer. We just needed to dig deep. We needed to scrabble around in the bottom of the toolbox. And what we found in there was not a few loose nails, was not some beef, but was in fact a pretty cool trick. But what is this 64D chess maneuver that the hobbits can actually do? Well, firstly, I have to say that I don't get credit for this because it wasn't actually me that came up with it. I want to say a massive thank you to channel member and all-round fantastic bloke and just a big part of the Mordian Glory community, Mad Larkin. It is he who has plumbed such depths of depravity and degeneracy that we thought not possible for the human mind to endure. Now, how this trick works is it involves the interaction between the Ratling's shoot sharp and scarp ability and transport embarkation rules. So step one, let's look at shoot sharp and scarper. In your shooting phase, after this unit has shot, if it is not within engagement range of any enemy units, it can make a normal move as if it were your movement phase. If it does, until the end of the turn, this unit is not eligible to declare a charge. Now, how most people envisage this working is your Ratlings deploy behind some landslide blocking terrain, they move out, they shoot with their sniper rifles, and then they move back behind the landslide blocking terrain, keeping them safe from all but charges and indirect fire. But that is a far too sensible and straightforward way of using this rule. We need to use all of our cognitive abilities, furrow our brows until a single giant wrinkle forms on our smooth brains. Because we're going to now go to step 2 and look at how transports and their embark rule works. If a unit makes a normal advance or fall back move, and every model in that unit ends that move within 3 inches of a friendly transport model, they can embark within it. A unit cannot embark if it has already disembarked from a transport model in the same phase. Remove the unit from the battlefield and place it to one side. It is now embarked within that transport model. Unless otherwise stated, units cannot do anything or be affected in any way while they are embarked. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You are going to try and smash down in that comment section right now. But Mordian, it says you can't jump out and jump back in. See, it says it right there, plain as day. Wrong. Suck the Cheeto dust off your fingers, go outside and touch some grass, and then come back and read that again. It does not say that you cannot get out of a transport and get back in the same turn. It says you cannot disembark from a transport and embark in a transport in the same phase. So what happens is your Ratlings start off inside of a transport. That transport moves forward and they disembark, because you can do that in 10th edition. The Ratlings then fire their shots and then they make a normal move and they can end that normal move within 3 inches of the transport. Because it's the shooting phase, they can now embark. because they disembarked in the movement phase, separate phase, and they have embarked in the shooting phase, another separate phase. So now that we have established that this interaction works, some of you may be wondering, what's so broken about it? I mean, Ratlings can just go in a Chimera and jump out and shoot and jump back in. Why wouldn't they just go out of line of sight behind some terrain and then move out, shoot, and move back in? Well, this is where things get a bit fucky, because you can use this interaction to allow your Ratlings to fire twice. And this is because of the firing deck rule. Some transport models have firing deck X listed in their abilities. Each time such a model is selected to shoot in the shooting phase, you can select up to X models embarked within it. Then, for each of those embarked models, you can select one ranged weapon that embarked model is equipped with. Until that transport model has resolved all of its attacks, it counts as being equipped with all of the weapons you selected in this way, in addition to its other weapons. What's important about this is it's the vehicle which now counts as being equipped with the Ratling sniper rifle. So your Ratlings get out of the vehicle, they shoot, and then they get back in the vehicle. But then the Chimera, which hasn't fired its weapons yet, counts as now having 2 sniper rifles because of firing deck, along with its other weapons. So now you can fire all the normal Chimera weapons, plus you can also fire 2 sniper rifles from the firing deck. But wait, there's more! Because why are we just talking about Chimeras? There are other transports in the Guard, and these transports have a firing deck. Behold! The Stormlord with its extended firing deck. And there are other Guard superheroes as well, which also have a big firing deck. And you know what? This works with them too. This means you could take 3 squads of Ratlings and have 15 sniper rifles. All of those Ratlings could move inside of the transport, then get out, and then shoot Sharp and Scarper, get back inside of the Stormlord, and as long as the Stormlord was the last unit to fire, it could then fire 15 sniper rifles from its firing deck. This means you don't have 15 Ratling sniper rifles in your army. You get 30 sniper shots, all with precision.
Attention guardsmen, this is an announcement by the Departamento Munitorum. Element Games is an official sponsor of the Mordian Glory channel. They offer up to 20% off Warhammer 40k and 10% off Bolt Action and other game systems. Use the link down in the description to save money and support the channel. Anyone not using the link will be referred to the local commissariat. Also, don't forget that if you use referral code TIM3921, then you will receive double store credit, saving even more money on your future purchases. That's all for now. Fallout!
All at ballistic skill 3+. Strength 4, AP -2, damage 2 base. We're not even taking into account the fact that you could make this better AP with things like Fields of Fire and Withering Hail. We're not even taking into account that some of these shots could hit at ballistic skill 2+ if that Stormlord has the take aim order. That is a genuinely incredible amount of precision shooting. That is an actual threat to a lot of characters out there. Any infantry-based character, up to and including toughness 7, is going to worry about that. If you've got a bunch of even like Terminator level characters, they're going to be knocked down to that 4-up save. And most Terminator characters have like 6 or 7 wounds, 5 or 6 wounds. So all it takes is between 3 and 4 of these sniper rifle shots out of 30, 15 of which are going to be hitting on 2s, to go through, and you've lost a character. You could do this turn after turn after turn and just pick up all of the leaders in your opponent's army. If they are exposed, the Ratling Assassination Squad is going to get them. However, I want to make something abundantly clear. This is a really fun idea, and it is a top tier, S tier meme, but I do think it is still a bit of a meme. There might be some competitive applications to this, but fundamentally, it is quite an expensive thing to try and pull off. If you take a Stormlord, it's going to cost you 460 points. Each one of those Ratling squads is going to cost you an additional 60 points. So that's going to be 180 points plus 460 points. That is a significant chunk of your army spent on what is a bit of a meme. There's some damage there, and look, the super heavy, the Stormlord, is still bringing a lot to the table. And maybe you could leverage some more stuff out of it by taking some other teams that you can put in there, take advantage of that extended firing deck. But you are going to need a Lord Solar, and I wouldn't be surprised if you went all in on this tactic that you were looking at a combo that went above 1,000 points with all the different moving parts. And that's before we even take into account the fact that on a competitive board with UKTC and WTC terrain, that Stormlord might just not be able to move around because the terrain is so dense. So how I see this tactic, if I can be boring for a moment and be sensible, is it's a fun gimmick. It's a cool idea. In the right terrain, maybe you play with like player place terrain, or you play casually, or you just sort of try this out against your mates for a bit of fun. I think it can definitely work, and mechanically it does work, of course, until GW inevitably comes out and FAQs something. But right now it does work. But that's not to say, just because it's a bit of a meme and a bit of fun, that there aren't other ways that we can take this lesson that we've learned from the Ratling and apply it in a manner that might actually work and might actually be a little bit of a sneaky, semi-competitive trick. You see, there is another layer. We've not reached the depths yet, boys. There's one more thing that we haven't considered. And that is the man, the myth, the legend, the one-man army, Sly Marbo. That's right, this isn't even a Ratling video. M. Night Shyamalan level twist. It's actually a Sly Marbo video. Because Sly Marbo has a special rule, has an ability, like fighting a shadow. Each time this model has shot, if it is not within engagement range of any enemy unit, it can make a normal move as if it were your movement phase. If it does, until the end of the turn, this model is not eligible to declare a charge. It's basically the same thing as Shoot Sharp and Scarper, but it's just got a different name, and it works exactly the same way. And you know what? Marbo ain't no slouch in shooting. He has 3 attacks at ballistic skill, 2+, strength 5, AP -1, 2 damage, anti-infantry 2+, pistol, and precision. And he's pretty fragile. He's only basically a T3 guardsman with 5+ save and 4 wounds. So having this cool interaction where he can jump out of a transport, shoot, and then jump back in the transport like a chimera, something cheap and plentiful, and then shoot again, that actually makes him really good. That takes Marbo from he's a bit rubbish, I don't know what to do with him, to he's putting out 6 shots at ballistic skill 2+, anti-infantry 2+, strength 5, AP -1, 2 damage. Sure, it's only a 12-inch range, but if that chimera is getting up close and personal, that actually works. And what's crazy about this is you don't need to give Marbo his own special separate pimp wagon. Chimeras can transport 12 models. So you take that Armored Fist squad that was already in your army, you take those Katachans or those Kriegers, whatever was going in that Chimera already, and if you have a few points left over at the end of your list, you just slap Marbo in there, and you've now got something that is going to seriously supplement the firepower of that Chimera. And once again, don't forget, we've not even taken into account some of the other buffs that will be flying around anyway, such as Withering Hail, and such as the Hellhound removing cover, and Sentinels doing Daring Recon, and Creed doing Free Fields of Fire. These are things that you're going to be slapping down all over the place. So just having Marbo there, at some point he's going to interact with them, and that Ripper Pistol is going to be AP -1 ignoring cover, or maybe AP2 with reroll 1s, or maybe all of these things together. It's just a great way of being able to go 65 points, Sly Marbo in your army, every single turn. That's another 6 shots that's coming out. That's actually quite a good deal. At least that's what I think. But of course, all of this is, well, it's kind of my opinion, but it's also the mad brainchild of Mad Larkin. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you think that the Ratling Rattlecan Stormlord actually has some play, or is it all about Sly Marbo in his favourite Chimera? If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to smash that like button and also subscribe to never miss an episode. Would you like to know more? If so, then please consider becoming a channel member or patron. By supporting the channel, not only will you be doing your part, but you'll also be helping me create more content for your viewing pleasure and unlocking a whole host of perks. You get everything from a badge next to your name, custom emojis, but the big one is access to the Mordian Glory Discord server, an online community with almost 2,500 active members. It's always popping off in the MG Discord. We've got channels for army lists, hobbying, tactics, stories, and even a pretty spicy meme section as well. For all you greenhorns that wanted to see the Mordian Glory Hole, today is your lucky day. And joking aside, I do want to say a massive thank you to all of the current channel members and patrons. You guys are amazing, truly the lifeblood of the channel. I could not do Mordian Glory full-time without the incredible and generous support of my members, so thank you guys so much. And last but certainly not least, I want to say a personal thank you to all of my top tier Patreons. These are the War Masters, and they have truly gone above and beyond the call of duty. So a big shout out to Bon Bon Vert, Mad Larkin, Marcus Roberts, Mark Panconi, RJ Scorpion, Swordfish Trombone, John Stubbs, Nick Walsh, Diesel Fox, and August Varney. Thank you guys so much. Your incredible generosity is a massive part of how I'm able to do Mordian Glory full time, and it is a big driving force behind the channel. But I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching, and of course, as always, I'll see you guys next time.